Hey guys, my name is Satyam and in this awesome video we'll be learning about Redux. And by that I mean we'll be building our own Redux from scratch. So let's get started. I see a lot of hype going around lately in the market and people are making Redux a big deal. I mean, if you ask me, Redux is a fairly simple library with a very limited set of building blocks. People don't get Redux because they don't understand the fundamental problem that Redux solves. So we'll try to cover everything you need to know, and these are the few things to expect from this video. I'll be giving you an overview about state management, then I'll be covering the basic building blocks of Redux. Then with the help of an example, we'll use the existing Redux library out there, and then comes the interesting part, we'll be building our own Redux from scratch. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's try to understand why exactly do we need Redux. Redux is a state management library. So what is state and why do we need to manage it? Application state is nothing but the data that you want to store on a client side of our application. So state can be any response data from server, for example list of users that you want to fetch via an API, any UI state like for example if you have a drop-down container and you are storing toggle state of your drop-down, or anything that user inputs, like for instance user fills a form, so a form data is considered as application state. Moving on, now that we have understood what application state is, let us try to understand why do we need to manage our state. When we have a complex web app with a lot of shared application state, we want the state to be consistent and in sync all across our application. So when the state changes at some part, we want to ensure that all the other parts of our application knows about this change and update the UI accordingly. So how do we do that? We raise events when our state changes and listen to that events at different parts of our application. So let us consider an application wherein we have a top navbar, left panel and a central content. Whenever any data changes from any part, we want to notify all the other parts about the change. Things get really messy when our application grows. This is where Redux comes into picture. Redux is inspired from single source of truth design pattern, where we have a concept of store, where we store all our application state at one place. Whenever any data changes at any part of our application, the store is updated with the changes and all the other parts get notified about this change. This way, the application state is consistent and in sync at any given point of time. This is the whole idea of state management using Redux. So now let us understand the basic building blocks of Redux. In the mysterious story of Redux, we have four main characters: actions, reducers, store, and UI. Actions are simple JavaScript object with two properties, type and payload. Then comes reducer. Reducer is a pure function. It takes two parameters, action and current state, and it returns a new state based on action type and payload. Then we have store. Store is again a simple JavaScript object which contains our complete application state. Finally, we have UI. In UI, we generally subscribe to the store changes and update the UI whenever the store gets updated. Now that we have knowledge of main building blocks of Redux, let us understand how these works together. When we want to update our store, we dispatch actions. Actions are like events. After actions are dispatched, reducer is activated and it updates the store. Imagine reducers as event listeners. Store changes can be subscribed in UI parts, and whenever store gets updated, all the callbacks associated gets triggered. Let's understand this with a simple example. Suppose I have a list of users in my store. If I want to update a name of a given user, I can dispatch an action, something like edit user, and then I can provide the minimum amount of information needed to update the user. In this case, I need to provide user ID to identify which user I want to update and the changes, the name of a user. Finally, inside reducer, we check for the edit user type action and make the state changes. Our store gets updated and all the subscriptions in the UI gets triggered, and hence the UI gets updated. Let's get to the coding part now. So, with me, I have a simple JavaScript application and I have used Webpack to bundle up my JavaScript files. So, I have few dev dependencies pre-installed. I also have a start script which triggers a development server. So, nothing fancy here. Now, let's install Redux as a dependency to this project using npm. So, I'll write npm install Redux. Moving on, let's now start our development server. Great, so everything is working fine. Let us now take an example and implement state management in this application. Suppose we have list of users. So our application state in this case is list of users. So our store should contain an array of user objects and this is our state. Next, let us decide what all actions do we need. So in this example, we'll add a user and delete a user. So we need two actions, add user and delete user. Let us quickly add a reducer file now. And this reducer will handle all the actions and update our state accordingly. So we'll export out a reducer function which will take state and action as a parameter. So let us initially assign state as an empty array. Now let me handle add user and delete user actions. So when the user is added, we'll simply add an object to existing user array and return. So we'll spread out existing state and we'll add a user object. Since I don't have an ID here, so I'll be maintaining a count, and every time add user action is dispatched, I'll just increment the count. I'll also grab the name from add user action payload. Since we are adding user, we'll be adding user by name. So yeah, we are done with add user. So now let us handle delete user. So whenever delete user is dispatched, we want to filter out that user from our existing user array. Simple as that. Great. So now let us also handle a default condition. So whenever we dispatch an action which is not handled, let us just simply return the existing state. Now let us add a store.js file, which is nothing but a container around our state. So we'll import create store from Redux and we'll create our store object. So store is equals to create store and we'll pass in a reducer that we just created. Finally, we'll export it out. So we are inside our index.js file. So this file is the starting point of our application. This is where you might want to update your UI. So we can dispatch actions to update our store and add listeners to listen to the store changes. Let us quickly import the store that we created previously. Awesome. Now let us add the store change listeners. So we can subscribe to store changes and give it a callback. This callback will trigger every time our store gets updated. We can get the complete state using store.getState. We could have also added selectors, but for the sake of simplicity, I have not discussed about selector in this video. Now let us dispatch few actions to update our store. So I want to add a username Binod. So I'll give it a type add user and I'll be providing it a payload. So since we want to add a user with a specific name, so I'll provide it a name. Awesome. So In our console we can see we have a user, and since we are logging it every time store gets updated, we saw a user. Moving on, let us now add another user, and let us name that user as John. This should add another entity in our user array. So we can see we have two items here. Let us also try to delete a user. So we'll dispatch delete user action, and yeah, delete user. Awesome. And we'll have to provide it a payload, and since I want to identify a user, so I'll have to provide it an ID, and this should delete a user with ID 1, which is our famous Vinod. And as you can see, first we added user Vinod, then we added user John, and then we deleted our user Vinod. Now comes the interesting part. So let us build our own Redux from scratch. Let us quickly understand what exactly we are going to build. So here you can see we are consoling the state object. Instead of that, let us console the host store object for now. In our console, we can see we have various methods inside the Redux store. So we have dispatch, where we can dispatch various actions and update our store. Then we have get state. We can get the complete state object using this method. And then we have subscribe method, where we can set listeners and listen to various changes all across our application. Moving on, let us now remove the Redux dependency using npm, and we are good to go. Now we can check our .json here, and we can see our dependency empty. Coming to the store.js file, we have imported create store from Redux. So basically this is the wrapper which will contain dispatch, get state, and subscribe methods. So let us quickly create a new file, and let us name it my store.js. Awesome. So we'll export out a function called create store, and it will take reducer as a parameter. Nice. Let us quickly create the basic structure now. So we need to add three methods. So we need a dispatch method, and using this we can dispatch actions. So it will take action as a parameter. Inside it we want to do two things. We want to update the state whenever we dispatch an action, and then we want to notify all the listeners. Moving on, we also need a subscribe method, and it will take listener as a parameter, and here we'll maintain a list of listeners. So since we can have multiple listeners to our store changes, so we need to maintain an array, and whenever a listener is attached, we can just simply push the listener inside the listener array. Then we also need a get state method, and this will simply return the state object, which will be internal and cannot be accessed from outside. Finally, let us export these three functions. Awesome. So we have a basic structure in place. Let us now implement all these functions one by one. So we need a state property, and this will contain the complete state of our application. And then we also need to maintain a listener array. Great. So now let us move on to the subscribe method, and we'll just simply push the listener to the listeners array here, and we are pretty much done with the subscribe method. Next, let us move on to the state method, and here we just need to return the state object, and we're also done with state method. Finally, let us move on to the dispatch method. So here we want to do two things. We want to update the state whenever an action is dispatched. So we'll simply call the reducer with the current state and action, and since this gives us a new state, we'll replace our current state with the new state. And we're pretty much done with the first thing. So moving on to notifying listeners. So since we have a list of listeners with us, so we'll just loop through it and call our listener function one by one. Awesome. And there we go, guys. We have our own Redux in less than 5 minutes. Let us check our implementation now. So we'll head to store.js file and we'll use our own create store that we just created. So we'll import it here from my store.js file. Awesome. And we'll also console the whole state object here so that we can compare our result from previous results. Awesome. So when we head to console, we can see we have a similar result. So we added a user Binod, and then we added user John, and then we deleted user Binod. So every time our state got updated, we saw these things in console. And this is it, guys. So we have created our own Redux from scratch. So we covered everything you needed to know about Redux in this video. In fact, we built our own Redux from scratch. You may also add type checking and write your own unit tests maybe, but this was the whole idea of Redux in a nutshell. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share. This was my first ever YouTube video, so if you are interested in similar informative content, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that, like Redux, I can notify you every time a new video is out. Until then, keep coding, keep hustling, see you next time.